Hello, Brad Smith here from Heatherwoode, Director of Instruction. I'm ready to help you with your golf game. Well, my routine, everyone's routine is a little different. My routine may be a little different than what each student will do, but I try to get the routine to be similar to what I do, because then if I do watch them play golf, I know if they're timing, if they have that fight or flight instinct that comes in. We're trying to kind of limit that fight or flight. And if we can limit that and keep your brain from getting too excited or just want to get away from there and just finish the hole, that's going to really help. So my big thing is the planning step that we do, or what I do and I teach my students, is you do the understanding what club you're going to hit, of course, and we look at some things. We look at the, I call it the LTDs, lie, trajectory, and distance, and then they put the environment in there too. So we look at the lie, the trajectory that we want, and the distance from front, middle to back, and then we look at the wind and the environment. Is it colder? Is it warmer? Is it going to roll out because the greens are very firm? So you have to make all those planning before you go in. That's your pre-swing. So before you decide on the club you're going to use, you go through that motion. Once you have that, then your planning step or your pre-swing should be a practice swing. And it should be a little bit more deliberate and really thinking about what you're doing instead of just taking the swing and going, okay, I've done a swing. Now you can do two swings if you want. You can make it your own. I do one, and I do it very deliberate, so it looks more like this. So I'm actually doing my backswing, one piece takeaway. I'm going up because I have to work on my turn. I get the club up. I work the downswing, holding the angle, and then I'm doing this. So it looks like this. Very deliberate thinking, okay? That's where you get, you're allowed to think the technical part. You should do this in your practice sessions too. When you're on the range, you should practice your routine. So I think there, then I start from back here. I'm very visual, so I like to see the shot. I'm a big believer you should imprint that in your head, that what you want. I do use this opportunity to look down the target line and pick an alignment aid out there, just a leaf out there, so I can get lined up. My first thought is get this club lined up. Ideally would be keep your brain busy, and there's different ways of doing that. You can use numbers, you can use beats, music in your head. I use words, so I actually think of my routine to keep my conscious mind busy. So I'm actually going point of initiation. This is what I'm thinking. Point of initiation, club behind the ball, eyes the target, eyes the ball, set my feet, eyes the target, eyes the ball, then I swing. Won the best shot, hit a little thin, so I know that. I analyzed it. I need to hit down through it a little bit better. Okay, I was talking at the same time, so that doesn't help. So I'm trying to talk in my head the routine, and I actually use a focus word right before I pull the trigger, and I didn't do that with you, but I use blue. It just kind of it combines the conscious mind into the subconscious. I want to be in the subconscious mind, like walking, talking, moving my arms, driving a car, drinking while I'm talking, you know, that kind of stuff. So throwing a ball, you don't think of how to throw a ball. So that's how we want to be. And I think I see way too many players at the higher level think way too much about their golf swings. And that's part of the problem. So we need to practice this on top of that. You can't just go hit golf balls and then you go use your routine on the golf course. We need to bridge that gap. Bridging the gap of playing or practicing and playing are very important, because I have a lot of students that come to me and they go, you know, I can hit golf balls on the range. Then they get out on the golf course and they fall apart because they're nervous. So we got to get the mind thinking a little bit better. So routine is everything. But I like to have the post swing. So I have a thinking step, pre-swing, planning, what club, the action, not thinking, maybe thinking of something else using numbers or beats or whatever. And then afterwards I analyze it and I say, okay, what could I do a little bit better? And I fix it. Because it's in your memory bank for about 10 to 20 seconds. We want to change that thought process to do the muscle memory, as we call it, but it's the brain memory. So our body starts doing it correctly, all right?